Pelican State of Mind. Who do we have with us today?
Hey, I got Tyra Fogelman. How y'all doing?
Hi, Tyra. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Tyra Fogelman, born and raised in Lafayette, Louisiana, Fightonville area. I'm a mama, I'm a grandma, and I'm an advocate for my community.
What you think about the state of Lafayette?
In our city and what's going on, I think a lot more people need to come together. I think a lot more people need to be humble and treat people fairly. And I think the jealousy is just so overrated. I think we need a lot more people to stand up, not just the average everyday people, leaders, advocates in our community to stand up, but also law enforcement, especially whenever it comes to our youngsters killing each other. You know, everybody has a job, everybody has a life, you know, so to be able to donate, volunteer your time, it has to be consistent to be able to help change the mindset of our youth. But not just that, but I really do feel that law enforcement, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but I believe law enforcement also needs to be able to step up and do the right thing. And our city government, our city parish government needs to be able to use some of these funds that mysteriously disappear but then reappear, especially when the parish needs money and pulls from the city budget. I think some of that money needs to be used to also implement programs for our youth. So the state that we're in, if we don't do something and if we don't stand up as a whole, individuals, community, law enforcement, consolidated government, we're going to spiral out of control.
Do you think it could get better?
If everybody comes together,
yeah,
and works together, definitely. I still believe, even the journeys that I've taken in life, and boy, I've taken some journeys in life.
Yeah, I know.
I still believe in people, and I still believe in goodness, and I still believe that compassion for others and in working in unity can make a difference.
That's why I built this platform, to show a positive side of Lafayette. I think that people like you should really be in the spotlight. You do a lot for the community. You do a lot for everybody. You stand up for children that is not even yours. You fight for people that you don't even know. Do you think you need a lot of help with that?
I mean, yeah, we do need help. I can only do so much. You can only do so much. You know, I just really wish people would get over themselves and not have this power struggle or this title struggle, because we all the same. No matter what our educational, religious, financial background, we are all the same. We got here all the same way. And I'm going to respect the interview and not say how we got here.
Okay, so let me ask this.
Come on now, join together.
When will you run for office?
You know, I thought about that, and like for city council, parish council, one thing about me is that I don't want to be limited to what my mouth says.
Facts.
And I don't sugarcoat shit, and I don't friendly bop. And if I don't like you, my face is gonna read that I don't like you. And being in a position like that, voted in position, I am going to be restricted. What I say, restricted of what I do, and that's not the kind of person that I am. If anybody is going to restrict Tyra, it's going to be Tyra.
Facts.
When I feel that it's appropriate to speak, I speak. When it's appropriate to sit back, I sit back. But sitting in a public position like that, no, I refuse to be restricted or shut down or shut up like anybody.
Did you think the city got together after the assassination of Trayford? Or are we still divided?
We're still divided. We are. We're still divided. I think that it brought a lot of us together. I think that it gave people courage to speak out and to continue using their voices. But still, so much work needs to be done. And, you know, not just, but also, especially whenever it comes to mental health and drug addiction, and especially in our low-income minority Black communities, mental health is not addressed. Parents seem to be embarrassed if their child has mental health issues, or we want to say, oh, that's just a bad child, he's just bad. No, baby, he's not just bad, because there is not a bad child.
Facts.
There are children that deal with trauma. Sometimes the parents don't even know what kind of trauma they're dealing with or what they're going through. But mental health and mental illness is not something to be embarrassed about. You know, so there's so much support out there, even if you get Medicaid. Because look, right now, two of my grandbabies that I have custody for, they've been through trauma.
Yes.
And they get wraparound services to where there's a youth advocate, then we get family counseling, individual counseling, and all come into my house. So we don't even have to go travel throughout Lafayette to make appointments. They work around their school time, their tutoring time, things like that. So, and they take Medicaid. So there is no reason for you not to seek services for your children. So, bringing it back to Trayford, we know that he had a lot of issues. Clearly, the video that went around of him being hunted down by the police, and I must say it.
I know.
I don't give a fuck.
I know.
So, hunted down, stalked, like he was fresh kill. Because that's what I saw clearly through all of that. He was having some type of mental break.
I see that still affects you. Me too.
It affects me,
you know,
child,
that
because
year,
my son has mental illness and is a drug addict.
I do too.
I put myself in that place because I could have been my child, and it still could be my child today, because my child does not make compliance since he turned 18, and he self-medicates. So that could be my Black son any given day.
Yeah.
And I tried getting him the services. So that's where my heart is whenever it comes to our children and mental health and behaviors.
Yeah.
Because it all comes together. So yeah, we need a unified stance when it comes to our youth. We need the parents to do right. We need the parents to reach out. But they need to be able to reach out to people who are actually going to help, and not just make 1 or 2 visits or meetings and then they disappear. It has to be consistent, and it has to be along with our police department. They need to get to know these children, especially the ones that have mental health issues, not just our children, our young adults, our grown adults, our elderly even. You got to know your people. Consolidated government has the money. So if we all come together as a collective, even the judges, all of us together, Lafayette can be amazing. It could be beautiful.
Thanks. Tyra, Before we end this interview, anything you want to say to your community?
Love your neighbor as you love yourself. And you know what? Hood girls can't be heroes. So no matter where you come from, you can be somebody's hero. We all go through journeys that might be heartbreaking. But we go through them and we take that road. That way we can advocate for the next person taking that journey. So we can understand what they've gone through. To make sure nobody feels invisible. Because it hurts to feel invisible. I've been there. Reach out with love, compassion, understanding, and respect. And keep it moving. And I love y'all.